Hi guys, it's Jade here. Thank you very much for tuning into my channel and happy friggin' Thursday. Okay guys, so today I want to talk about the Shave Your Head for Cancer Challenge by Macmillan, and now it has its own website, shaveyourheadforcancer.org. So guys, the reason why I want to talk about this is because it's a complete and utter scam. The fact is, when people used to say to me, oh, I don't bother giving to charity, the money doesn't go to where it's supposed to go, I used to think, how cruel are these people? Why are they saying these cruel words? Now, through my own experiences and what I have seen, unfortunately, living with a family that many members have had cancer, which is very sad. I've seen how the cancer industry works. I've seen how the pharmaceutical industry works, and I've seen how cancer care is in this country and how shoddy and how bad it is for a lot of people unless you have the right amount of money in your bank account. So the first thing I want to talk about is, back in the day we had, well, not back in the day, like I'm not back in the day, but we had the ice bucket challenge, and then we have all these other stupid things, and then we have that whole beard thing where men grow beards. The whole shaving your head thing, it's actually quite occult, and it's actually very symbolic. So I first saw this advert like recently on television. I don't watch much television. I saw this advert and I was absolutely disgusted. These women shaving their heads on, for Macmillan, like they're doing something great. The fact is, if you want to donate to charity, that's fine, brilliant, but absolutely not shave your head unless you absolutely want to. What the hell is this? Now guys, this is my opinion, let me know what you think. I feel that this is part of the whole gender issue. So the fact that where a woman is shaving her head, she becomes genderless. A shaved head really does, and sometimes it does look really good on women, but a shaved head really does defeminize a woman, and a shaved head really does make a woman look a certain way, and it's associated with rebellion and kind of feminism and things like that. But the fact is, there's more of a spiritual meaning to this. The fact is, guys, whether you are religious or spiritual or not, or an atheist, there's a lot of stuff about the body that we don't know, because science, a lot of it is bullshit. That's just the honest truth. We have chakras in our body. There's many chakras, but there's 8 basic chakras, and we have one right at the top of our head. Now, the fact is, many religious people, Christian monks, Buddhist monks, shave their heads. Now, why do they shave their heads? Because it is a symbol of unity and devotion, and on a deeper level, the hair covers your head from the chakra. And when I was like googling, I was looking at the symbolism of shaving your head. I stumbled across a website, a very respected website, and on it was like a yoga expert, and on it he was saying that if women shave their heads, they can become very mentally imbalanced because of the rush of direct energy, and all that energy going right into the brain and right into your crown chakra. And that if a woman's never shaved her head before, she should start by just cutting it short, not completely just shaving it all off if she's not used to it, because the energy goes right in and there's nothing to protect it. And now, while this may sound crazy, there is some truth in it. It's like, we have skin to protect us from certain of the elements. We do have hair for a reason, to protect us from certain elements. And I'm sure if you look back and you think back about your life with hair and pre-hair, you can see the differences. And also, guys, that I am not homophobic because I've come out on camera before, but I am saying there is an agenda here. There is a transhumanism, transgender, anything trans agenda going on in this world right now. The fact is, there's always been transgender people, there's always been gay people. Why are they choosing to legalize and talk about it all now? It's an agenda. There's an agenda going on, and there is an agenda to make everything gender neutral so we don't have genders. The fact is, I don't subscribe to the whole gender role thing, but the fact is, we are genders. male, female, just like in the animal kingdom, male and female. That's just how it is. That's just how we were made, however you believe we were made. And the fact is, there is an agenda to blur the lines of not only sexuality but gender, which is quite startling. The fact is, I have no issues with being called a woman because I am a woman. I am a lady, whatever. But the fact is, this agenda, because once we start getting the transgender agenda, you know, it goes into transhumanism where man merges with machine, and that is part of their end game, part of their end goal. And the honest truth is that anything goes right about now. We're living in a society with absolutely no morals, and it's quite a sick place. Now, just going back to this Marie Curie, this Macmillan absolute fucking waste of time and waste of money. The fact is, you're not going to get kudos from freaking that charity. They're not going to ring you and pat you on the fucking back and tell you thank you very much for doing that. It's ridiculous. You're going to have to go for the rest of the fucking month, or however long it takes your hair to grow, with a fucking shaved head. Now, guys, if you want to shave your head, if anyone wants to shave their head for fashion reasons or because they just want a shaved head, good for them. Good for them. But I'm saying, don't do it in the name of this. These cancer charities are a fraud and a fake, and I'm sick of it. They're a fraud and a fake, and I don't give a fuck. I'm not saying that some of them don't help some people, but cancer research and Macmillan are frauds. The fact is, some Macmillan nurses are great, but the Macmillan nurses I've ever come across are crap. And it's bollocks. And I'm not trying to be horrible, but I'm telling you the truth. They do really help some people, but unfortunately in my family's case they haven't helped, and all the information they gave were useless. But this isn't, I'm not here to bash cancer nurses at all, or Macmillan, but what I am here to say is the charities are not what you think. While they do support and help a small minority of people, the money is going to the big bosses. They are tax exempt. They've got numerous tax loopholes, and the honest fact is that they are a money-making machine. They're like universities. They are not about universities. I used to think they're about education. They're not. It's about money. It is not about charity. It's just like Oxfam. They help a small minority. Say they help 5%, and the rest goes on bollocks. Have you noticed how many advertisement campaigns they have? How many media campaigns they have? Like, you know, cancer research, you've got Race for Life, you've got this one, you've got that wrong. You know, one of those runs was like 50 quid to enter into. I'm doing it for charity. Isn't it enough that I'm doing it? Maybe a small token donation, you know, of £10 to help cover the administration of the event. But seriously? All these schemes they have, you know, Bake for Cancer, Run for Cancer, where do you think this money's going? It's not going to people who need it. The fact is, research is not being done properly in the mainstream for cancer. Do you know, guys, do you know what they told my family? They told a very close member of my family who subsequently died that their cancer was too rare and they hadn't done enough research in it. What? It's supposed to be cancer research. So why are you not researching into cancer properly? All the billions they are making a year and they are not researching into it properly, because, guys, a lot of the scientists know there is a cure for cancer. Do I know what that cure is? No. Because if I fucking did, I'd tell everybody. But there is a cure for cancer, and they know it. How do you think Henry Kissinger, the Queen Mother, the Queen, David Rockefeller, how do you think they stay alive for so long? You're telling me these people don't get diseases? Of course they do. But they have state-of-the-art medical care that we don't get. Cancer treatment in this country is an absolute and utter disgrace. The fact is, they give you, there's 2 blanket types of chemotherapy they can offer you. And in the private sector, you can go and you can have a test. And that test tells you, based on trials of what chemotherapy is going to work best for your cancer. Why is this test over £7,000? Why is it not free on the NHS? The NHS needs to be putting more money into cancer care, but they are not. Because depopulation is on the agenda, and they keep discrediting the use of cannabis. But cannabis oil does help with cancer. The real pure cannabis oil, which is so hard to get hold of in this country unless you've got amazing links, people who do the pure stuff. does help cancer. I'm not going to say it cures it, but I'm going to say it does help it. The fact is, they are, even in America, they talk about medicinal marijuana and cannabis being used to help cancer. It's everywhere else talks about it apart from this country. And on cancer research, they just discredit this like it's nothing. Like it's just a conspiracy. It's not a conspiracy. Everything to cure ourselves has been put on this earth for us. But because we've become so toxic and so filled up with the food and the toxins in the body, you know, the fact is we have to fight fire with fire. But everything we need to make us better is on this planet and is on this earth naturally. Do I give to any cancer charities? Absolutely not. I absolutely do not give a penny, because the money isn't going to the right places. And it's not until you have a loved one with advanced cancer, you see what the deal is, and you see how they don't give you the right nutritional advice, how they don't give you any advice, how they don't recommend any alternative therapies, and how they give you a blanket chemotherapy that's, you know, doesn't always work and probably won't work. It's awful. We all know someone who has had cancer, or we have had it ourselves. What is happening and why are we getting it all the time? I personally think it's a mixture of genetics, environment, being food and pollution, and a mental state. I think it's a mixture of all three. But what do I think? I think the government are weaponising the food. As I mentioned before, I think we need to be very careful about what we eat and what we consume in our body. We have been disinformed to think many things are healthy when they're not. It's like milk. We've been told all our lives milk is healthy. Milk is not healthy. We've been told all our lives that milk makes your bones strong. No, it doesn't. How comes in the West we've got the highest rate of osteoporosis, which is basically where the bone rots if we're drinking all this milk? We've got the highest consumption of milk, but the highest levels of osteoporosis, because milk actually makes the bones worse. Milk doesn't make you big and strong, right? Milk is not good. Like, we've been lied to. I was brought up thinking milk was good. It's not good for you. Milk and cheese, dairy and eggs, they're unhealthy. They're not good for you. But it's the fact that we've been brought up being told they're good for us. This psychological warfare that we're seeing now, the weaponization of the food, it's been going on since we were kids. Since we came out the womb, we've been under this propaganda, and it's very, very sad. But will I ever be given to any cancer research charities? Absolutely not. No. I would encourage anybody who has a diagnosis, as far as they can, to try, if they can, go private. And if they can't go private, then go to switch to a local trust that has a hospital that is actually a cancer specialist hospital, if you can. I would also suggest eating 100% alkaline diet. I would also suggest trying to get your hands on cannabis oil, you know, or making it yourself if shit hits the fan. The fact is, we cannot trust the government, and this whole shave your fucking head is wrong. It's part of not only the transgender, the transhumanism agenda, mixing up, mishmashing of the sexes and the genders, and it's to make us mentally unstable and imbalanced. So unless you really feel like you want to shave your head for a fashion statement, don't fucking shave your head for fucking these fake ass charities. They don't do their fucking job. They're a fast, and they are not real. The money doesn't really go to real people. Now, guys, that is what I think. Let me know what you think.